Have you ever gone over to a friend's house and they have like a couch, a love seat, and 2 recliners, but the whole room is like 10 by 10, so you can't even move at all? You're like, what's the deal? That's what we're helping you out with today, finding the right furniture for your space. Let's take a look. Well, if you joined us on Studio 10 last Monday, you remember Sarah and I were here at this same sectional, but we're doing something a little bit different this time. Sarah, tell the folks what we're talking about today.
Well, Joe, as you may know, it's so important to know what you're dealing with when you come looking at furniture as far as your space and measurements.
The space and the furniture you pick out is so important.
Yeah, and a lot of times that's where people kind of get, confused. They get in a mess because when they come and they're looking at the furniture in a sea of space and no walls, so it looks totally different. So what we're talking about here is just making sure how to measure all that you can and having that with you, or even when you get to the store, measure those points then.
Right, so we've got the measuring tape out. And what did you want to show us here?
Well, now here on this one, this particular one, it has a wedge piece.
Right.
And one important thing to remember about wedges and sectional, wedges have to come away from the wall because they're curved to the back.
Right.
Okay, so you're going to lose some space.
Okay.
So if space is tight for you, you may want to be careful about using a wedge.
And you have to bring your measuring tape along to figure that out, to figure out if it works within your space.
But now there is an option. There are some sectionals that's just a straight corner.
Okay.
And that works better. So we're going to take a look at one of those.
Right at the apex of this corner piece you were telling us about.
Yeah, exactly. With the other one, it was a wedge, so it comes way out. This one is a little more straight and narrow.
Yeah.
You've got just a basic corner, so it makes it easier to fit into a space.
Yeah, do you recommend putting this right up against the wall side, or just kind of whatever works for your room?
Whatever works for you, because if you have a huge room, but you got to be able to get around it and so forth.
Right.
You want the corners.
And we can't stress how important it is, again, to have the measurements with you when you come to the store.
Yeah, you save yourself a lot of headache if you have measurements, and even have just a picture of your room or space or measurements. That helps so much.
Yeah, tape measure costs a couple of bucks, but it could definitely help you figure out your space and not leave you with something that looks way too big or way too small. So get one of these, come over here, and make it work for your space. Sarah, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Joe.
There are several different barrow locations across the Gulf Coast, all of which are located on our website, the Studio 10 tab on fox10tv.com.